We live in a twilight world. So, World War 33, which we're currently in right now, is moving along, isn't it? Yeah, World War 33 started on the 22nd of the 2nd, 2022, when the Minsk agreement was broken and Russian forces entered Donetsk. Yeah. And, as I said, as the years go on, it will escalate, yeah? And what I mean by escalate is that more players will enter the game, more actors will enter the performance. So now, on top of the Ukraine war, we've got the Middle East theatrics going on. Iran, USA, Israel, and the GCC countries. Now, with this current business in the Middle East, it's not looking too well. It's not looking too great for the Israel-USA alliance. They're dropping bombs left, right, and center, but they're not really winning the war. And by the way, when I talk about this, I'm only talking about this in regards to how it's being presented, yeah, on the world stage. I'm not saying any of it is actually happening. Yeah, it's just a narrative that's being pushed and put into the minds of the masses, yeah, the fear of the mind. So obviously with this going on, potentially Israel and the USA losing, there's talk of nukes, nuclear bombs being used. Yeah. Israel has the Samson option, and of course the USA, if they get beaten so bad, they might resort to using nuclear bombs. Now, I don't really want to talk today about whether nukes are real or not. Obviously the Hollywood perception of a nuke, like in Terminator 2 when old Sarah Connor is holding onto the chain link fence and her skin gets stripped away until she's just a skeleton. That's obviously the Hollywood perception they want to put into the fear of the minds of the masses. Does a nuke is it really like that with radiation? No. If I had to take a guess, I'd say no. But in theory, you could just drop a ridiculous amount of high explosives, maybe if you filled up like a bomb the size of a bus with high explosives and dropped it in the middle of a city, it's going to create a lot of damage. Yeah, and they'll just say it's a nuclear bomb, won't they? Regarding that effect of the bright white light, that could be done using chemicals, yeah? It wouldn't be that hard. Like from a stage magic point of view, if we did make a bomb the size of a double-decker bus, you could add dry ice and magnesium to it, or phosphorus or something like that, and it would create a lot of smoke and a really bright white light that from a distance would be quite spectacular. And once again, all you've got to do is have the governments, the news, and the alternative media say that this regular bomb is a nuclear bomb, and that's it. Most people will believe it, won't they? Anyway, I digress. What I really want to talk about is old Harry Truman here. I want to, cross-reference the current situation with World War 33 and then World War 2. Yeah? And it's kind of World War II started off quite minor, didn't it? Hitler became Chancellor in 1933. There was the whole book burning stuff in Germany as the years went on. Then Austria got annexed, Prague got annexed, yeah. Then the Russians and the Germans took over Poland, and it starts to escalate now. Then the Germans, move into France, so it goes up and up and up in escalation. To a point where it will go up and up and up and then just stop, right? Eventually, someone is defeated and the war stops and it's peacetime. But, back to World War II and Harry Truman. So Harry Truman took over from Roosevelt. Roosevelt died suddenly, didn't he? From a high blood pressure type illness. Did he really die? Was it exit stage left? We don't really know, right? Maybe he was murdered. Maybe the MI6 killed him off because he wasn't playing ball, But anyway, Harry Truman took over. Harry Truman, the name in itself, isn't it? Truman. We reference the Truman Show quite a lot, don't we, in the conspiratorial world? And just in case anyone's half asleep, the Truman Show, the film, is based on the idea that this man is living in a false reality and everyone around him is actors. Yeah. And there's basically a director stage managing his whole life. And he doesn't know that until later on. He realizes all of his life is fake. It's all a show. And he leaves the TV show. So yeah, interesting name. But old Harry Truman was the 33rd president of the United States. He was also a 33rd degree Master Mason. I think he was a Freemason down in Missouri. So yeah, he's a Freemason and the 33rd president. And he was the one that gave the go-ahead for the nuke to be used against Japan. He was the one that signed it off, yeah? An overt Freemason and a 33rd president of the United States. What a coincidence, eh? Also, the bomb itself was called the Little Boy. It was also known as L11, L11. L is the 12th letter of the alphabet. 1 plus 2 equals 3. So 311, once again, that's a 33 encoded, isn't it? Yeah, so now we got 33rd president, 33rd degree Freemason, and a bomb is pretty much a 33 name. But most telling of all, in my opinion, is the date. The date a first ever nuclear bomb was used as a weapon. Yeah, the 6th of August, 1945. If we add that up, 6 plus 8 plus 1 plus 9 plus 4 plus 5, we get 33. What are the odds of that? Now, of course, always go and double check my numbers here, because sometimes I do this on the fly and I get stuff wrong, but I'm pretty sure the first nuke was dropped on the 6th of August, 45. So yeah, we got 33s across the board. The USA is a country built on Freemasonry. Yeah, the founding fathers were Freemasons. Freemasons are like the civilian arm of MI6, City of London intelligence. The Freemasons are in charge of things like politics, economy, industry, media, culture, things like that. Every president, in my opinion, is a Freemason in some way, shape, or form. Harry Truman's an overt one. People knew he was a Freemason down in Missouri. Like Trump, he's a Freemason. He's a Scottish Rite Freemason, but no one really talks about it. It's not well known, is it? So yeah, in my opinion, every president is a Freemason of some way, shape, or form. Even the offshoots like Skull and Bones. Their whole job is to keep the empire, the City of London Empire, in power, right? So, as for this nuke that went off, was it really a nuke, like we're told, with radiation and that? Or is it one big Freemasonic deception, one big Freemasonic esoteric occult ritual on the world stage, which people believe in, and thus that gives them a bit of power, right? The fact that people believe what they're doing is real is all that matters. Yeah, it's like the principle of illusion warfare. You create the illusion, people believe it, it manifests into reality. Whether or not it did actually happen or not doesn't matter. People believe it happened. That's all that counts. But that's it for this recording. A nice little quick one. We live in a twilight world. There are no friends at dusk.